Hi, this is Christy. Today I'm going to talk you through the Solving Math Word Problems checklist. Step 1 says to understand the problem. Read and reread the problem. While you are rereading the problem, you should look for clues that might help you solve the problem. I usually highlight or underline any numbers or words that give me hints about how to solve the problem. For instance, this could be words like more, decreased, or less. Also, if there is a chart or a picture, you'll want to look at the title, how the data is labeled. Usually it will be on the sides, the X and Y axis, and whether or not there is a key. For example, if you're looking at a pictograph, then the key might tell you that one picture equals 5 of something or 10 of something, and that would be important information to know and would affect your answer. Next, visualize or draw the problem. I highly recommend this step and I do it all the time. It's a way to represent the problem in a way that makes sense to you. Next, look up unknown words. If you're doing your homework, you should definitely use a dictionary or an online dictionary. However, if you're in a testing situation and you can't do that, then you need to guess what the word means from looking at the words around it or in general from your understanding of the entire problem. Next, determine what the question is asking you to find. This means that you need to know your end goal. Is the problem asking you to find rate of speed or percent increase or how much of something is left? It's important to know what the question wants you to find. Next, identify required, extra, or missing information. It's always nice when the problem gives you exactly the amount of information that you need, but occasionally you won't have enough information to solve the problem, and then again, sometimes you'll have extra information. Step 2 says make a plan to solve the problem. Come up with a strategy. This means you need to decide how can you determine an answer. What operation will you need to do? Will you do subtraction or multiplication? Or even will you need to do 2 steps to come up with an answer? Then you need to estimate the answer. This means that you come up with a guess before you even get out your calculator. It's a very important step because if our final answer is nowhere close to our estimate, then we know we need to go back and rework the problem. We are going to practice estimating in just a few minutes in the rest of Module 1. Step 3 says solve the problem. Write out all work neatly. Make several attempts to solve the problem. Don't give up. And double check your math. Use a calculator if you are allowed to. Step 4 says reflect on the problem. Did you answer the question? I find that occasionally students get to the end and they think they've solved the problem, but when they look back at the problem and what they were actually supposed to find, they didn't figure out what was asked. Sometimes they did correct math and came up with a valid calculation, but it wasn't the one that was needed. So really ask yourself, did you answer the question that was asked? Is your answer close to the estimate? Remember, you took your estimate up in step 2. If your answer is close to your estimate, great, you're done. If not, then you need to go back through the steps again and rework the problem. But most important, don't give up.